Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sales Ink CRM, the first and only CRM built specifically for the decorated apparel, screen print, and promo industry. We built the CRM for one reason: to help you sell more, not to manage production, not to get buried in admin, but to actually drive revenue through better follow ups, better organization, and really just better sales habits. Over the years, I've been able to work directly with really hundreds of print shops. And the stories that I hear are almost always the same. Leads slip through the cracks. There's not a lot of systems for outbound. Quotes go cold. Teams get stuck using these tools that weren't really built for how we sell within the industry. So we fixed it. This is the CRM that I wish shops had years ago. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk through and show you some of the features and functionality of it and show how it helps you close more deals, follow up with confidence, really stay organized, and focus more of your time and energy on where it matters, on selling. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to first start with this dashboard area. The dashboard is your main control center. It's really where you focus from a leadership and an ownership perspective, time on what's working, what isn't, what the team is doing, and where we're performing. So it'll show open opportunities, the number and the value. It'll show any actions that you have to take or actions that your team has taken. For example, calls, emails, text sent, etc. But by the way, we can look at this for all users combined, or we can drill down into individual sales users as well. I can see our funnel. I can see the number of opportunities and what stages of the sales process and where they're really leading, and I can see where the leads are coming from. So think about this dashboard as like your key command center, your sales command center for the information of what your team is working on and where you all are at. In conversations, this is really where you can see in-depth discussions and details of what's happening. So if I'm engaged in a back and forth email communication, those details will be here. If I've texted back and forth with a client, again, details will be here. Some users will want to migrate over to the contacts and opportunities section, but this gives you another area to just keep in touch and make sure that we're on top of all the conversations that are currently happening. When we go into contacts, this is where all of your leads and all of your individual contacts, current customers, this is where all the information of all the individual people and the companies that you all are working with that are in your CRM. So again, these could be current customers that we've already done business with, or this could be leads that we're going out to cold and trying to bring on as customers. We've got some smart list structure set up so that you'll be able to download individual lead lists. Here's a good example. Current customers that haven't ordered from us in 6 months, you can define that as a smart list so that we can then go out, reach out to, and communicate with all those individuals in one fell swoop. Same thing with net new leads. Let's say we're downloading a lead list of construction companies, May of 2025 from this geography. We can download that lead list, bring it over here, and organize that in one key place. It's going to give us all the leads in one area, but we're going to want to use smart lists to try to compartmentalize all those lists and have it be much more usable. The task functionality of this contact list, I think, is one of the most important, and I think where it's going to help shops in the most way. We often find we forget to follow up. We've got a million things going on, both shop owners and salespeople. How can we make sure that we don't miss out on anything? We've tried to structure the system to really align to tasks and follow up. So if I've got any open opportunity that I'm working, there should always be an open task of maybe it's the next meeting step, maybe it's some follow up that we have to do. Maybe it's just notating that, their in hands date is X. So we need to make sure that we follow up by then or follow up after to make sure that they got everything and it was to their liking. I can look at overdue tasks. I can look at things that are due today. So alongside of the dashboard, this is kind of our command center to make sure that we're knocking out everything that needs to happen. Another example would be if we're managing outbound campaigns. Let's say we've got 50 owners of, again, construction companies in a lead list, and there's a call step that needs to happen today. When I click on the due today tab, all of those 50 call tasks will be listed out to let me know that I need to go through and call each of those leads as part of my outbound campaign today. Again, this task area is going to help you really stay organized and dial in everything that needs to happen day to day. And then the final tab that I want to walk through in depth is this opportunities tab. So this is where you'll manage all of the current opportunities that you're working, deals, opportunities. This is not cold leads or cold outbound or just managing current customer outreach. This is anyone that has a need, anyone that has an opportunity for us to work with. This is where we'll manage those. So I created opportunity pipeline stages that kind of follow the sales process that I teach most of the shops that I work with. Again, you can manipulate and change and edit a lot of this or any of this. I started with discovery meeting set, meaning we've reached out, we've set up some time to understand how we can help them, or they've started to funnel in information via email if we're not actually getting face to face or having a call to understand how we can help. So I can see the opportunities under this stage. I can see the total. We've got 10 ops for a little over 10K. I can see each of these individual opportunities. If we've already gotten all the information and we're ready to quote, I move them into discovery complete stage. You can see we can just move these ops and cards from stage to stage. Discovery complete, I've already gotten the information. And then the final stage here before closing these out is solution recommendation delivered or quote or proposal delivered. So I can look at each of these in here. I can click on one of the opportunities. I can see the dollar value. I can see the stage and the source, where it came from. I can see any tags that I've created. Maybe it came from a specific lead list. I can plug in the in-hands date to make sure that I'm following up on those orders when they're delivered. And then I can see next steps and next step date. Super critical that for each of these opportunities, we dial in the next steps, like let's say run a go, no go call and or tasks that we have so that we're always following up on each of these opportunities. Within the CRM, we've built in some automation so that if we move it from stage to stage, we'll get some task creation automatically flowing. But we also want to be able to have you all manipulate and change and edit and enhance how you task and how you structured follow-ups. So you've got some leniency to do that on your own as well. In my opinion, this is really where the gold is. I've got all my opportunities in one pane of glass. I can see everything right here. The likelihood of these opportunities falling through the cracks is pretty low. If I log in every day, and especially in the solution recommendation delivered stage, I'm thinking about how can I move these over to closed won? How can I get these out of the pipeline and get these won and over the finish line? This is where I see the vast majority of the value coming from, is being able to have not only the shop owners and leadership, but all the salespeople to have this pure visibility into what's happening in their pipelines. We've built some automations into here. There's some automations around outbound outreach. I'll give you a quick snapshot of what this looks like. To make it a little bit technical, but we've built some predefined workflows. For example, let's say we're reaching out to the construction and trades industry. We've built a cold lead list. We've built out this whole workflow of what my recommendation of a strong outbound campaign should be. 10 plus touches, multi-channel call, email, SMS, LinkedIn. So it helps automate what can be automated. So it's going to give us a reminder to connect with them on LinkedIn. It's going to automate a task for us to call them. It's going to wait a couple days. Then it's going to automatically send an email without any of our input. That email is already built out. Once you add that lead into this campaign workflow, that email is going to send out. It's going to wait a couple days. There's going to be another call that's made. It's going to wait some time. There's another email that's made. So this whole workflow has been built out, and the Sales Inc. team can help you replicate these and build these, the language and the communication for multiple different industries, and really help you to finally figure out this outbound engine that I know is really challenging for a lot of us. And we can help customize it. Like, this isn't just generic outbound outreach. This is an email that is specifically targeted for whatever industry we created this for. This is construction. It's talking about making sure their construction crews are protected, giving them shirts with SPF, safety colors, and logos that help them stand out and market their business. Again, personalized, structured outreach, a really important part of any outbound workflow is that communication. And we're trying to make this as easy as possible so that you can just focusing on going into the tasks, executing the manual steps of that campaign, and making sure that you're always on top of that outbound workflow. To me, this is the only way to really run an outbound engine and outbound campaign is to automate as much as possible and allow the teams to just really run it and manage it effectively. Um, heavily focused on support. Most of the feedback that I get from shop owners is that it's really challenging to stay on top of the tech and the tooling. We've built this out for shop owners and have done everything we can to really remove a lot of the complexity, as you can probably see throughout this overview. However, we have support built in. So we've spent a lot of time really optimizing and managing a chatbot that can help automate this messaging without having to wait for service and support. So underneath this support button, you'll have this automated chatbot that is going to continuously get smarter and get better at providing good feedback and support. That being said, we have a team that can help provide initial guidance, onboarding, implementation advice. We've got sessions structured weekly for technical support and or functionality and updates. But we also can schedule one-on-one support and guidance if needed. So please don't hesitate to reach out via the support function. Again, everything that you see is built specifically for our industry. And if there is things that we can do to improve it, we want that feedback. The only other piece that I haven't shared is kind of dependent upon your situation. We've built some integrations into some of the shop management softwares and some other business systems. This is really custom. So it can be, opening up an order automatically from an opportunity in the CRM to open up your, let's say, Printavo instance and see that order directly in Printavo. It can be seeing order status in Printavo directly in the CRM. It can be moving data back and forth. It can be managing invoice workflows once deals are closed. There's a lot of optionality in the work that we've done to connect and integrate these systems. It's an optional add-on that we provide. So if this is something that interests you, just reach out to the team and we can help talk through what those integrations could look like and how we might be able to help in that area. Again, I want to do everything that we can to help shops sell more effectively. And a CRM is such an important part of that process. It's so critical to what we do day to day. If we don't want to let leads slip through the cracks, if we want to turn these one-time orders into repeat buyers and current customers and really get our sales teams out of the email chaos and just an unknownness and get them into a focused, trackable action set, this is really what we've built the Sales Inc. CRM for. Please feel free to reach out. You can reach me at kevin@sales.ink or info@sales.ink, or you can find all the info on the CRM on sales.inc in the CRM section. Thanks for your time.